Now let's go ahead and finish up the coffee table. So here's kind of where we left off. I'm going to go ahead and just delete all these guys except this one. And so this one I'm going to go ahead and dial down the width segments. Okay, and I'm going to convert this to an editable poly. Alright, now let's go ahead and duplicate this real quick for this little metal piece underneath. So hold down Shift, pull this down, create a copy, and let's go ahead and just dial this down a bit. Scale that down a bit, drop that right underneath the this part. And now this guy, I'm going to go ahead and select the top polygon, and we already have the geometry here, so I'm just going to use this as sort of a bevel, just to kind of scale that in to create kind of a beveled look there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to smooth this or anything, I'm just going to leave that as a polygon. And so now I want to go ahead and attach this bottom portion. So go ahead and say attach, under edit geometry, and attach that guy. And now it's one piece that I can move around here. Alright, so let's go ahead and now copy this back around. So we'll go into the top view here. Let's go ahead and hold down Shift and clone this over. Right about there. Okay, and we'll select both of these, drag these across to the middle. Okay, and we'll make two copies of that. And I'll drag those over to that side as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and modify this a little bit. What I want to do is actually pull up a couple of these. So I'm going to go into the wireframe, select our framework, go to a vertex selection, and select basically these two right here. So we'll go back into smooth so you can see this, and I'll just pull those up a bit. Okay, and now I'm going to take both of these and pull those up to match. So you end up with kind of something like that. Alright, now if you want to add some transparency to that, just so you can see what's going on, you may want to have these be glass and these are some sort of other material. You can do that very quickly. This isn't really a texturing or materials training, but we'll real quickly add something here. So let's go ahead and create kind of a just a standard material, and this one we'll go ahead and make the diffuse color black. Okay, and let's go ahead and drop that onto these guys. We'll assign to selection. Alright, let's create another material that is also kind of black, but the opacity is maybe 30 or so. So it's very very gray, so very transparent. So we'll go in and select this element here and drop that transparent material on there. And now you can see that black underneath. We can do the same thing over here. Select the element, drop that on, and there you can see the sort of the transparent glass and then the dark metal underneath attached to the metal poles. So just a kind of a neat little thing, and you could either, you could make these all with glass, or you could just make these raised ones the glass to give it kind of a nice look. Alright, now let's say we want to go ahead and group these together so we can kind of move them around. So we can select all these pieces, okay, and then we'll just go to group and group those together, and we can call this table. And now we can move these around. Oop, and I missed one here. Make sure we get all the pieces for sure. Go ahead and group that table, and now we can move this around and place it wherever we want to. Now, keep in mind, if you want to edit any of these little pieces, you need to go in and either ungroup it, or you can just open the group, and now you can access these when you're done. Or you can see when it's open, you can see this little pink selection bracket here. When you're done, just close that back up and you've got your group there. Alright, so now that we've got our coffee table completed, let's go ahead and in the next lesson, let's put a little kind of modern, kind of contemporary fireplace over here in this corner. Okay, and this will be a good exercise in using a single piece of geometry to create a bunch of different pieces that are going to fit together nicely. So we'll go ahead and begin that process in the next lesson.